Distinguished partners, colleagues, and friends, I was honored to be invited by Care Egypt Foundation to join you in person today at the Commission on the Status of Women. While I'm not physically present, this moment serves as a reminder that we must continue advocating for systemic change, systems that do not place women in the position of choosing between leadership and motherhood. Instead, create enabling environments where women can fully embody both. At a time when our region is facing rising tensions and growing uncertainty, this conversation becomes even more important, reminding us that women's participation is essential for resilient and peaceful societies. Thank you to CARE for creating space for voices from the Kurdistan region and Iraq to be part of this important discussion. I am Walaa Musheer Ahmed, the founder and executive director of BWOCD Organization for Community Development, a fully women-led organization committed to transforming the lives of women, girls, and youth from vulnerability into leadership, resilience, and vision. When we speak about the Women, Peace and Security agenda in Iraq and the Kurdistan region, it's important to recognize both the policy progress that has been made and the gap that still exists in practice. Iraq was the first country in the region to adopt National Action Plan on the WPS, and the Kurdistan region also developed its regional plan to advance women's participation in peace and security. However, policy commitments alone do not guarantee meaningful change. Across many parts of Iraq, specifically in the marginalized and conflict-affected communities, women and girls continue to face serious barriers to participation, protection, and access to opportunities. The real challenge today is not adopting more policies, but ensuring that these commitments translate into tangible change in the lives of women and girls on the ground. One of the key challenges we have observed in our work is the limited institutional structures, specially dedicated to advancing women's issues at different levels of governance. In many cases, women's priorities are integrated within broader institutions, but lack specialized mechanisms and resources to ensure consistent implementation of women-related policies. Since 2021, BWOCD organization intentionally integrated WPS framework across its program. We do not treat WPS as a standalone agenda. Instead, we embedded within protection services, MHPSS programming, and social and economic empowerment initiatives. We have also implemented projects that specifically designed to strengthen the implementation of the WPS, focusing on women's participation, particularly young women at the community level, enabling them to bring their voices to local governance and decision-making spaces. There are many success stories as a result of what we have done, and I want to mention a couple of them here. One of our proudest moments was supporting the inclusion of active women leaders for the first time as official members of the Peace Committee in Bartella, Nainawa, making an important step toward women's participation in local peace building. Another example is that through our work, 5 women-led crisis management committees are now officially integrated within government structures in Duhok governorate, and these committees are now active, working in 5 locations, supporting their communities in crisis management and humanitarian leadership. We have also established youth peace ambassadors who advocate for the women, peace and security agenda and created opportunities for young people to engage directly with high-level decision makers and share their visions for peace. Through our programs, we have witnessed many stories of transformation. Women and girls who once felt excluded are now leading initiatives in their communities, starting businesses, launching volunteer initiatives, and becoming active voices for marginalized groups. This work has been supported by partners including CARE International, UN Women, and Women for Women International, alongside strong collaboration with the High Council for Women and Development in Erbil and other government institutions. These efforts demonstrate that when government and civil society collaborate meaningfully, progress is possible, yet the need remains high. Women and girls, especially those in rural areas, villages, displacement settings, and low-income communities, continue to face barriers to education, healthcare, protection, and participation. Many remain excluded from decision-making, not only at political levels, but even within family structures. Marginalization persists in multiple forms: displacement, poverty, domestic violence, income exclusion, and limited access to services. As Iraq implements its 3rd National Action Plan and the Kurdistan region its 2nd, we must focus on 3 priorities. First, strengthening the implementation mechanisms and accountability between government and civil society. Second, ensuring that marginalized women and girls are not only consulted but are meaningfully included in shaping policies and local decisions. Third, providing sustainable and flexible funding to women-led organizations that are closest to communities and that are best positioned to bridge policy and practice. The Women, Peace and Security agenda in Iraq and the Kurdistan region has a strong policy foundation. The next phase must ensure that participation translates into real influence and that our systems evolve to fully support women's leadership. Women and girls are not only beneficiaries of peace and security policies, they are essential leaders in building resilient communities and sustainable peace. Thank you for the opportunity to share our experience from Kurdistan region and Iraq.